Hello and welcome. This is gonna be a very personal video in a way, not in a way my tarot reader was, but in a way that I'm going through my cards for the next year, what I had for this year, and the yearly spread that I did on the winter solstice. I have my Hipponoto here, so I made some notes and I'm just making this video so next year when I, you know, check my next card and I look back to the on the year, I will see what the cards were actually telling me and what I was not able to see and what I was able to see. So if you're not interested in watching this, I'm completely completely fine with that, and I understand, and no need to just worry. So I have my cards here. I did the spread on the 21st and I used the Oak, Ash and Thorn because what else can I use these days? I mean, seriously, I just love this deck. It's so beautiful. And let's start with how I know how to calculate the year of the card. It's supposed to be, I mean, I'm following Simon's way, to be honest. You're supposed to add your birth month, your birthday, and the year. And my birthday is on the 1st of February, which is Beltane, right? I think. But it's a pagan holiday, so I'm kind of even more happier than it's my birthday, because I'm usually just happy because it's the first. But sorry. So that's 2 and 1, so that's 3, and 2021 is 5. So I have the strength card, which was very kind of telling. I don't want this here because a lot of people look on 2020 as the Tower year, but for me, having the Chariot as the card of the year means and makes more sense, because looking back at my year, I didn't experience Tower moments in a way that a lot of people did. I changed jobs, but even though I changed into a temporary one, I was able to do it on my own pace, and that was actually thanks to quarantine, because I was very ready to quit my job because I was just so stressed out and so full of everything when we were like, nope, you can go from go and work from home, because I'm lucky, because even though I worked in a library, what I did was I could do it from home as well, so I was lucky. So that, and I'm lucky I have a job, and I was with my family because I live at home, because sometimes it's not that good, because who doesn't want to be independent, but there are reasons for things to happening, and this year it was lucky that I'm home, because I've never been alone all these months. There are people who didn't see another living person in person actually for months, and for me that didn't change either, because after working at home I went back to the library, so I saw people there, but I was constantly with my mom, with my sisters, and with my dad, with my brother even visiting, so I was never alone. So I'm not surprised that my year wasn't something like the Tower. But how I read the Chariot is how I feel like the year went, is because if you look at the traditional card, which I obviously don't have because why would I, it's someone trying to balance a chariot, because not trying to, because the figure on the card is has to actually master that position, so they don't even need the whatever it's called to words, who needs them, to lead the two animals, two horses, whatever, things sorry, swings. I'm gonna make myself laugh a lot. But whatever. So English and Hungarian translation sometimes it makes me laugh. But whatever. So you don't need the figure doesn't need the strap to lead them because he mastered that position. But for me, the year was pretty much, trying to find that balance between what I know, what I need to do, and what my purpose in this life is, and what the 3D part of life is, and trying to find that balance and not just go like F it and, go into one side, because that would mean that I'm starting to go in circles again. That's why I think it's important to talk about that spirituality is important, and I think people will be, and they are already more spiritual than they were before Age of Aquarius. But the 3D everyday physical side is important as well, because the balancing out the two is how we can actually move forward. So for me, now knowing that the Chariot was my card of the year, it's not surprising. And having said that, walking into a strength year is also not surprising, because strength card is talking about not just using your physical strength, but using your intuition more, using your spiritual strength actually to find solutions, being more diplomatic in situations and stuff like that. And I'm saying it's not surprising because but I didn't show you the card. Oh, sorry. This is the strength card in the okay, Ash and Thorn, and I don't think the light is not very wintry. We have sunshine, which would be awesome in the summer, but not during the winter. So so stuff like that. So, but why I'm not surprised about the strength card, because the year had spread that I did. The main energy that I put was the Tower, and I was like, I'm not surprised. I was kind of expecting something like that, because not because I think I'm doing what I'm doing, building my life in a way that it needs to be redone, because I thought that I was finally on the right path, and the foundation was not this shaky, that just one strike of a lightning would make the tree fall down, because there's no, can you see? I don't know if it's focusing. Hopefully, it's focusing on my face. Whatever. If you have the card, or if you don't, look this up. There is no actual ground here, so just that one strike will not just make the tree get burned or whatever, but it's probably going to fall down, the whole tree. And like I said, I'm not surprised, because I have this feeling of big changes for quite a while now. And being a fixed sign, because now I know that Aquarius is a fixed sign, and makes more sense, because I hate change. I really don't like change. I like, to find something that kind of works and just hold on to it and trying to, make myself comfortable there. But life started to, higher ups, I guess, universe, whatever, starting to be like, nah, girl, time is running out. If you want to go where you need to be going, you need to start picking up the pace. So I'm not surprised. And the main energy and my reading and having the strength card as the yearly card just makes sense, because I will need my strength a lot, I guess, for the upcoming year. So I'm not surprised, but I'm also not like pessimistic. I don't look at this as like, now everything is over. I have the Tower, everything's gonna fall apart next year, and what's the point even starting the year? I think this is the part where tarot can be very, very useful, that because now I have the information, which means that even though I think I'm doing something in a right way, something big, and because Tower is sudden change, so I won't expect the changes that needs to be done or needs to happen. At least when they happen, I won't be that surprised, and hopefully I can, you know, jump from the tower and not just fall down with it. But ask me next year, we'll see. So I want to go through quickly through my card for each month, and just say if I have anything that I feel it means at this very moment. I didn't go very well into detail because I want to work with each card in the month that is coming up, and not, you know, trying to figure out what the card means for November, because that's like a lot. I mean, you know, this year went by quickly as well. So, but it's some time apart from here, so it makes more sense to me getting in more into what the card means when I'm already there, you know, before the month, if that makes sense to you. So and I'm not gonna edit this. So I made notes, but I put my cards in order, so I don't think I need them. I have a lot of reversals, and what I said with the tower is also true for these. I feel the reversals in this particular case means just that whatever the energy for that month is right now blocked, or something is not working in that, you know, direction, because I'm not doing something. So I can use these cards for each month to actually make changes. And that's why tarot is good. You know, you don't just get the information and then you're like gone, because this was just a spread that I did for myself in a day, and then I got the information, and then I'm going to change things, because the first card for January is the Eight of Pentacles, but in the reverse, and I already know what it means. It's about, at least what I think it means, it's talking about, for me, about my book writing, because I struggled with carving out the time for it in the recent like 2 or 3 weeks already, because work is getting me tired, and then I do videos, which I also feel very compelled to do. I really want to do these because I'm enjoying them. So, but I need to prioritize working on the book, because that's my purpose, that's connected to my purpose, I think. But I hope the tower moment doesn't connect to that, because losing that would break my heart in so many levels, and I don't want to do that. So I think it's because it's in the reverse. It just means that I need to pay attention to actually, you know, do what I always plan. Translate that 300 words at least a day, because then I'm moving. Small steps are good steps if you're taking them. So yeah, that's January. For February, I have the Chariot, but in the reverse. I mean, look at that cute snail, the snail, which also, you know, because it's in the reverse, it for me right now just feels like I could start moving things in a much faster way forward to the right direction, but it's blocked at this very moment. And because these cards are, you know, monthly cards, I think I think it's, you know, not stupid to say that they build on each other. So if I change the Eight of Pentacles in a good way, then I can flip around the Chariot, and in February I can expect a lot of movement and not feeling stuck. But if I'm, you know, I'm just be I will be like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do that, tomorrow, then February will come and I'm not gonna move anywhere, and I will feel very stuck. Okay, I need to change. I need to check my notes because I'm unsure. So for the third month, March, I have the Page of Cups in the reverse. I still don't know how I'm not saying I have a lot of problems reading court cards, but sometimes I do have, because I need more context with them. And For March, I don't really have a feeling about how what it could mean at the moment. Because the pages are, those open and curious and just ready to do something energies. And the Page of Cups is connected to emotions, but it's, in the reverse, so it could mean that I'm not ready to start something emotional, which is, I mean, I'm an Aquarius and I have like a lot of air in my chart and not a lot of water, so I'm not surprised. But so for that one, I don't have a strong feeling right now. We'll see when March comes around what I will feeling. But for April, I have the Nine of Swords, which I'm very familiar with, but in the reverse, fortunately. And the Nine of Swords, okay. The Nine of Swords is talking about restless nights when you overthink things and, you just all in your head. Maybe because I'm not ready to start something emotional, I'm gonna be, overthinking things and just see an enemy and problem in even places where it's not there. Who the hell knows yet? So something like that, but I'm kind of feeling more optimistic because in the reverse that it's more talking about how I can solve something even either in the previous month or in this month that will help me feel better. Maybe it's gonna be finally when I can freaking stop taking sleeping pills, because unfortunately I started taking them more than a year ago because I was so stressed out of my work. I just couldn't sleep, and if I don't sleep, I don't handle that as well. My body runs out of stored energy, so to speak, much quicker than I did before I got sick. So that's something that's left over from my illness. So I know that I need to sleep because it affects me a lot harder than, I'm not saying a normal person, because what is that? But like someone who doesn't have this. So I had to just make sure that I was sleeping enough so that I didn't have symptoms connected to stress. But along the way I got used to it. I'm not addicted to it in a way that you can, but I'm definitely dependent on it. I'm working on stopping that, but it's not easy. So maybe, I mean, if I can kick that habit in April, I'm good, because I'm trying to do that for months now and it's not working. So we'll see. We have for May the Ace of Wands, but in the reverse. And the aces are new beginnings, opportunities, and in the reverse it's just it means missed opportunities. So at this very current moment, it means, I just noticed the shadow up there. It means that if I don't make those changes, if I don't open my eyes to something related to passion, something creative, something that I could lead somewhere, I will miss out. So in May, I will keep my eyes open to new passionate beginnings. Not in that way, I mean, who knows, but it's more like a creative idea, but also ones are fire, so who knows. We'll talk about this next year. For June, I have the Six of Cups, also in the reverse. The Six of Cups can talk about that feeling when you think about something in the past and you're like, oh, it was so good and that was the best year or best relationship or best whatever, and you want to go back and you want to relive something, even though you know that you had to get out from that point, even that if that was happy, because you need to constantly change and move forward. And whatever you think is your happiest days are not your happiest days anymore. And that could mean something, or it could mean that I need to pay attention to be more generous with my resources. And I don't just mean money. I give to charity every month. I'm not saying it to be like, I'm good. It's just that something that I was, brought up with, that it's important to share what you have. And I'm trying to do that. And it could be that, but I also don't think that I'm greedy and selfish in that way, but I can, be closed off, especially emotionally. And maybe it's trying to talk about to be more open to, share myself with others. Ask me later. And I like my nails. I made myself witchy nails. I mean, I was planning on, painting them matte black, but then I made like these icicle nails, and I can't keep them for long because they are too long to type and stuff like that, but I'm very much enjoying them at the moment. For July, I have the Hermit. I'm really sorry, it's the morning. I have the Hermit in reverse, and I think it just could mean that I'm very much, it's a lovely Hermit card. I love this Hermit. I usually don't care for the Hermit cards that much, but this one is just so cute, and it's just so well illustrated that I just love it. So for, what is it, July, I think it can talk about the very fact that I'm really used to, being inside and not meeting people, and I'm not just used to it, I'm kind of enjoying it. But hopefully, because yes, I want things to go back to normal, obviously, but I have a feeling that I will need that extra kick and reminder to go back to, join society again, meet people and stuff like that. And for August, I have the Death card, which could connect to, the Tower, but also not, because the Death card talks about a cycle ending, and it's a slow process, while the Tower is unexpected and sudden. I only had the Death card in my own readings when I knew that something needed to be finished, but I was unable to make that step, or I didn't see how it can happen. But I had the feeling that I was already in the middle of something that was closing. So I just read it like that something will end, something that needs to be. That is, that card are usually karmic, in a sense that they will happen whether you want them or not. And if you don't want them, it's gonna be a Tower moment, because life will be life sounds just so bad, but I mean, what I believe, okay, just a quick side note, I believe that before we are born, we're coming from the same source. All of us are part of the same thing, and it's an energy, or it's whatever that our physical current body can't really explain. And I believe that we're part of that collective, and then we come here in this 3D world to experience things, and we decide before we get born what we're gonna experience. So all the bad shit, all the good shit, it's my own fault, my own choice. And to be honest, that helps, because it's better if it was me who decided to go through all this shit, even though it's not good for go through all this shit. But I can still be like, okay, that was my choice to experience what I experienced, so I don't walk around and blame other people, because that's useless. So that's when I say that when that comes, it's something that I'm supposed to experience, and whether I want to or not, it's gonna happen. So that's what I mean by, you know, life or higher ups or whatever. I like higher ups. I kind of feel connected to, you know, it's not that formal or too, oh, it's something up there. No, it's part of myself. My higher self is part of myself. So I kind of like that connection. I'm not dissing anyone else who's, you know, believing it's this something different, but for me this one works. But let's move on. For September, I have the Knight of Wands, but also in the reverse. And the Knight of Wands didn't make sense just before now when I talked about that, but after that something new has to start. And like I said, I'm not good with changes. And the Knight of Wands is a passionate energy, someone who charges forward, who is confident and who knows what they want. Do you think that's me? Because I don't. I'm not a knight. If I'm any knight, I'm the pentacles. So, or the swords, who just sometimes goes ahead without thinking through things. Airhead. So maybe it's just a reminder that after that cycle ending, I need to be more confident and move forward with whatever is gonna come. We'll see. In October, I have the Five of Swords, which not in reverse, and the way that I read the Five of Swords is being selfish, and I have a tendency, you know, I mean, I just said earlier that I can be generous, and I can be, but I can be selfish as well. But in a way, it doesn't have to be a bad selfish way, because sometimes you just have to put yourself first, because if you don't, you're not able to function. And maybe that's kind of selfishness that I'm allowed to be, you know. Or it's just simply that I need to be careful not to, you know, just pay attention to my own feelings and my own life, but to those around me. Either way, we'll see. I mean, I don't know how much I said it, we'll see, but if you're turning that into a drinking game, you're drunk already. For November, I have the Four of Swords, which is not surprising because at the end of the year, I'm probably gonna be tired and I will need some sleep. Also, my plan to go to the US to watch a New England Patriots game is still, you know, a plan, but I'm not sure. I kind of don't feel like 2020 is gonna be the year for that, though maybe the Five of Swords is there for, you know, going. I don't know. I mean, depends on a lot of things. We'll see. But I kind of don't feel like I'm going to be able to do that, which sucks, because this year was supposed to be the one where I went and finally watched the Patriots play. And then Tom Brady left, and then all that, you know, Jules is already injured, so it was good in a way that I didn't go because we're not even in the playoffs anymore. So like it's I know and I understand I'm sorry. We did better than I expected, to be honest, but it still sucks, and it's just football talk. And let's move on to December, when I have the Ace of Cups, and I kind of like that, you know, because it's gonna be a new beginning. And yes, I know it's usually the Ace of Cups is the romantic you know, beginning, but it can, if it's not romance, it can just very well means a beginning of something that I feel very excited and happy and emotional about, you know, in a way that I don't know where it leads, but it just makes me feel happy to do it. So whatever opportunity is coming in December, I'm hoping I'm not gonna, you know, miss it because these cards are just there to show me that there is an actual opportunity doesn't mean that it's gonna be happening for sure, because you have to take that opportunity in order for it to work. But my voice is going, so there was a light. Yeah, I don't want to edit this, so I'm really sorry that. Oh God, it's half an hour. I thought I would be shorter, but of course not. But anyway, I need to film 2 pick cards today because I have light, and I need to finish this one, you know, and then work on my novel. So I better go, and comment down below what is your card for the year, or what was your previous, you know, card, and how do you resonate with the meaning of it. And just please consider liking this video, subscribing, and join me for the Harry Potter ones, please, if you're interested in, you know, reading tarot. And I'm gonna upload this probably tomorrow, so before the year ends, and I'm planning on doing a tipsy pick card, but we'll see how that turns out. So, but anyway, see you later. Bye.